Testing, testing. Hey, how are you? Welcome to another episode of Discombobulated. I am your host, Bobby Jaycox. How are you doing? How are you? How are you doing? Are you doing good? Are you doing good? It's not too hot out for you. It's not too cold out for you. It's not too shitty out there for you. Is it good? It's kind of hot out. I'll be honest. It's kind of hard to. I had a good day. You know, one of those good days where you're like, you know what, life is beautiful, but God fucking damn it. If it's not way too fucking hot outside, I'll tell you what, I can't breathe. It's so hot. That's how it is. That's how it is in Missouri. It's hot and it sucks. And then you talk to someone from Florida and they're like, you should see how bad it is here. And you're like, why the fuck would I do that? Okay. I actually was just on the road. I was in Tampa. I was in Austin. That's a different kind of heat. That's a heat that feels like you're carrying like a backpack of heat. It's really heavy. Then you go to Tampa, and that just feels like someone's just pissing on you the whole time you're there. It's that kind of hot. And then there's St. Louis, Missouri, which is kind of a little bit of both. A little bit of both, baby. But I had a great weekend, an amazing weekend. I'm really excited to talk about that. And it's almost my birthday. By the time this episode comes out, it won't be my birthday. And by the time the next one comes out, it still probably won't be my birthday. But get ready. What are you going to get me? What did you get me for my birthday? Did you forget to get something and you're like, oh, I forgot. I forgot to, it's in Amazon. It's their fault. I don't really like presents because no one knows what I like. Every time you get a present, people are like, do you get gas? I got you a gas card so you can drive around. I'm like, oh, thanks, Grandma. You know me so well. How did you know that I need gasoline? Hey, thanks, Grandma. Holy shit. Who told you? Grandma? Yeah, I do use it. And then now I don't have a fucking car right now. People are still getting me Quick Trip. I'm complaining about presents, but I actually don't. I don't want any this year. I just want cold hard cash. I think that's the only present we should give each other. Or if you give the person the present and they cry, good job. Good job. You got them the right present. If you give them the present and then they're like, oh my God, thank you. You should have got them cash. I went to a buddy's wedding the other day, and I was like, I don't know what to get him. And my other friend was like, I'm just going to get him cash. And I was like, isn't that like lame? Isn't there a Seinfeld episode about how that's not good to do? Might be. But you know what I did? Fucking got him cash, and he seemed pretty happy. There was either lightning outside or someone just took a bunch of fucking pictures. I'm scared. So this is, my birthday's coming up. I think this is why I'm excited. It's my 33rd birthday. It's my Jesus Christ birthday, and I fucking look like the Americanized white Jesus Christ that we all know and love. I'm not saying it's the right one. I'm just saying it's the one that I grew up with. It's like the Santa Claus. Like we still don't know what race Santa is. And I actually don't want to know. I actually like the wonder. Well, that's the podcast. I hope everyone's doing good. No, I am so excited. I'm just going to dive right into it. Ha! Whoa, which is a Story of the Year song. Dive right in. Holy fucking shit. What a great weekend. This weekend was Story of the Year's 20th anniversary of their debut platinum album, Page Avenue, which if you've ever released an album, you know that when it goes platinum, that means something. Do I know what it means? No. I think it means that you sold, is it 1 million? Is it 1 million copies? I don't know. I don't know if it's 1 million. It could be 1 billion. Maybe if you get platinum, maybe that, I don't even know what that, yeah. I think if you get platinum, everyone in the world has listened to your song. So they got that, and they're killing it. And then they had their 20th anniversary show for Page Avenue, and it was in St. Louis, Missouri. And they had Emo Night Brooklyn. Was it Emo Brooklyn? Emo Night? I'm good. Thanks. I'm glad I'm fucking that up right now. We got there right as that was happening. I got there. And then there's yellow card and story of the year. But I have to tell you what happened because it was wild. It was a good day. So for me, I usually buy story of the year tickets ahead of time. I don't buy tickets ahead of time for anything else. Story of the year is what I like to go see. It's my halftime show. Like everyone gets excited for the halftime show. It's something you get once a year. That's about how many times I get to see story of the year in my city. But now I travel and I go on the road and I get to see them. So they're playing in St. Louis, 20th anniversary show, huge fucking show. And I've been told that in the past that by one of the members that I don't need to buy tickets anymore. I didn't ask for that. I told him I bought tickets. He's like, why the fuck did you do that? You don't have to buy tickets anymore. And I don't know when that privilege happened. And once I started kissing some of the band members, maybe. Is that a little fucked up? It's like a sexual favor to get tickets? Maybe. Am I going to keep doing it every fucking time? So I'm told I get tickets, but me and all their friends they grew up with, we always buy them because even though like you could probably get a ticket because they said you could. I choose not to. And then you might get a bumped up. You might get, VIP tickets. You might get backstage, but I always buy tickets. So I bought tickets ahead of time, but I didn't have a lot of money. So I thought that I only bought one ticket. I'm happy that I didn't, but I thought I only bought one ticket. So what I do is I look at the show coming up in about a week and I was like, oh, I have 2 tickets. So then I have to think about who am I going to bring? Cause that's what I love. I love bringing someone who's never been to a Story of the Year show or someone who has listened to them but never seen them live because just like anything, just seeing something like that live is so much fun. Let me make sure I'm recording. Of course, I'll probably mess this episode up. Cool. We are recording. Let me take a sip. So where the fuck was I? So they were having they got a killer show coming up and I have tickets and I have 2 tickets that night. And I was thinking earlier during the week, I was like, who should I take? And I'd asked someone, I was going to take a date. But I've done that before, and I have very few things that I'm like ultra specific about. But I have definitely taken a girl to a Story of the Year show, and I said, hey, we're about to go in the pit. It's going to get crazy in there. If you don't want to go, maybe you hang out by the bar. Or if you do want to go in the pit, you might, get thrown in the air and then people crowd surf you. You can't really control what happens in the pit. We all take care of each other, but you can't, sometimes people are just lifting you up. You're like, I'm about to crowd surf. Sometimes a guy is doing a windmill kick and that's not my favorite thing, but it is something that happens there. So it's like, I don't want to, so I'm not going to do that. So I was going to take a date and I thought that would be fun. And then for a multitude of reasons, I was like, let's not do that. This is my night. I want to enjoy this. Like, I want to enjoy this with someone else too, but this person had not been very familiar with Story of the Year, which I have no fucking clue how. Do we get in an argument about that? A little bit. Is that any of your fucking business? God damn, no, it's not. Why is everyone being everyone's business? You're already in my business. I'm already telling you about how cool this weekend was. So, we go. We got tickets. Who am I going to take? And I did the thing that a lot of people do, which is I waited till the last minute to plan anything. I was thinking about how I was going to get there and everything, and it was the day of the show, and I was like, well, I have this extra ticket, and I thought I was going to take, one person. And then I started asking around, and a lot of people had to work. I'm at that age where people have kids. And then once I asked everybody, I was like, well, I have this extra ticket, but I waited so long, and so people already have plans. And I don't want this ticket to go to waste. So whenever I got to the concert, which I took an Uber, and this guy was awesome. He was very sweet. Took me to the wrong concert. I almost went to go see Ghost instead. I was like, hey, I think you should turn here, which I was also wrong. He was not supposed to turn there, but he also wasn't supposed to turn at the other one. And I don't know maybe I put in the wrong address. Could it have been my fault? Absolutely. But I'm the one telling the story. So it was not my problem. So he takes me all the way to the wrong location. And so we whip a Yui. And then I also tipped him in cash because I'm a big cash guy. And he was the first guy. I was like, hey, man, do you mind if I tip you in cash? And he goes, I guess so. And I go, do you not want, I mean, I can tip you the other way. He goes, no, it's fine. I go, okay. Just make sure you get me to the right concert, my dude. So he takes me, drops me off. I get out and I start seeing people I know, which is crazy because it was the 20th reunion. So it was a very, like, for me at least, a very emotional night, a very emo night. Get it? That's why the music's called that. I'm not here to tell you everything. So I'm standing outside. I'm running into people. I'm saying hi, giving hugs. How pumped are you? Me too. Is it hot out? It's a little too hot, I would say. And so everyone's in the zone. And I'm outside smoking a little bit of pot. Is it legal? Yes. Is it legal to smoke in public and do that? No, but there's that weird thing at a concert where everyone doesn't give a flying fuck. Like people are like, oh, a cop's coming up. And I'm like, yeah, and he's just pumped that he's here. He's like, I get to work a concert tonight. So, no one's really too mad. I didn't get told to put it out, so we smoked some weed. Hope that rain isn't coming in too hard on the microphone. Probably not, but it is raining outside, and I'm scared fucking shitless. So, we're at the concert. We're outside. I have an extra ticket. Who wants it? I want to start playing games. I want to have people have people, hey, whoever can do the longest handstand. I didn't do any of that. That would have been fun, though. Now that I'm thinking about it, that would have been way more fun. But what I did do is I just waited for a second by the ticket area, and I was like, there's going to be someone that comes up, and maybe they had a problem, their phone's not working or whatever. And it was wild. We're standing there, and I'm running into friends. A lot of these friends that I've met at Story of the Year shows over the years, which was wild. Like, just different people that I've never or would have never met had it not been for, like, going to Story of the Year shows. You go outside to smoke a cigarette or something, you run into people. You go outside to smoke weed again. They're like, can I have some? You're like, sure. And then later they have some, and then we all share it, but which is weird because people don't share beer, No one would ever be like, hey, man, can I have a sip of that beer? It's so weird that, like, everyone passes around weed. Everyone puts their lips on it, which is like backwash in a way. I mean, it's like you're getting your spit on there and you're touching it, but people would never, like, hey, man, can I have a sip of that margaritas? Then, standing at the Ticketmaster, just looking frantic, was my soon-to-be new buddy. He was standing there. He's by himself, and he's looking at his phone. He's, like, making that, like, shrug, like, what's, it's kind of like, oh, what's going on? I need help. And I go, hey, man, do you need a ticket? And he goes, I do, actually. I have a card, but it's my wife's. And I thought I bought tickets, but it's not working, and it's, like, not loading or whatever. And I go, dude, I have an extra ticket. Do you want to come in with us? And he was like, for real? He goes, yeah, how much were tickets? I'll give you, how much money do you want? And I go, no money, dude. That's just, like, that's the vibe of this. And he's like, for real? And I was like, 100%, dude. You're coming in with us. And he was so pumped, dude. We started giving each other high fives. We, like, did that thing where we're like, should we hug? Neither of us know. And he's from the Philippines. This is his first concert since he was in America, so I was fucking pumped. I was pumped for him. He was a cool guy. He was nice. We're both psyched. I go, hey, man, who do you like more? Are you here to see Yellow Card or Story of the Year? And he's like, I like them both. And I said, hey, me too, but I'm partial by leaps and bounds to Story of the Year. I like them both. They're crazy good. I watched both sets. They both had great sets. But when it comes to, you only have one favorite band. And for me, that's Story of the Year. So I get this guy in, and as soon as we get in, he's being very grateful. He's like, dude, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And I said, no problem, dude. I was like, well, we got tickets. And I did that thing where, I think our tickets were kind of up high. And at this point, I don't think I'm going backstage. I don't think I have any extra tickets, which is fine because I get to hang out with Story of the Year. They're my buddies. I've been in their music videos. Like, I have so much more. I don't need to go backstage. This is their night. This is for them. So But I'm definitely not going to sit in my fucking assigned seat. Like, if you're at a concert, you don't sit in your assigned seat until they're sold out and people are like, you can't go over here. You go closer. Just go closer and just play fucking dumb. The band wants you to do that. Everyone wants you to be closer. You don't have to go sit in your seat. Go sit somewhere else. Maybe they're shitting. Maybe they were shitting and then they got a little on their pants and they had to go home. So now that's yours. That's your spot. Make sure you check before you sit down. Is there shit? In my seat. And we started moving up and we got pretty close. And I said hi. I saw Timmy working the sound. I gave him a big hug. And my buddy was like, wow, this guy knows a lot of guys. This guy doesn't realize that I also know. Because at one point, I'm not going to be like, never mind. But I'm not trying to I'm just trying to have a good time. I'm not trying to, it would be weird to be like, I know the guys coming out later. I know them. So we're hanging out and we're listening to Yellow Card and they play their first song and we don't have drinks yet. And I don't really know this guy. And he speaks English, but there was a couple times we would try to say stuff and it was just like a little bit broken. And I was like, hey man, do you want to get a drink? And he was like, and I was like, it's on me, man. And he's like, all right. So we go and get a drink. And we're waiting in line. He's starting to show me. He's like, he's a drummer in a band. I cannot remember his band's name. Aries was his name. Aries. We got each other's phone number. We got each other on social media. We're going to be buddies now. I got to check this audio. I just have a fucking feeling it's not going to fucking be fucking Gordon, motherfuckers. It would be so cool if I talked like that. Hey, motherfuckers, how you doing out there? Everyone doing good? Cool. Me and my little tallywhack are doing pretty good. It's small. It's compact. They don't charge me at the airport if I bring it on board. Anyway, I meet this guy. We're getting drinks, and we're standing in line, and then I didn't know Yellow Card. They were playing all of Ocean Avenue, the whole album. But I didn't know they were playing it in order. So all of a sudden, Ocean Avenue is one of the first, it's their biggest song, but it's early. So we go to get drinks, and while we're in line, it's like dun 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 ba da da. There's a play, and we were like, yeah, we literally ran. We ran. I was kind of embarrassed at how I ran because I didn't run like an athlete. I ran like a guy who had to hear Yellow Card. Oh my God, I gotta go hear it. It's been out for 20 years. I gotta go fucking hear this song. So I run over there. And me and my buddy go, and we get a little bit closer. And we're jumping up and down. We're singing the songs. And then eventually that song ends, and we go and get a drink, and we come back. And we're running into people. I know a lot of people at these shows, from St. Louis or being Story of the Year fans because we all see each other at shows. And I got this guy in there, and he was just like, dude, thanks for getting me in. I was like, dude, no problem at all. So Yellow Card set ends, and I was like, hey man, let's go run to the bathroom. And on my way there, my buddy Dave calls me, and Dave's like, hey man, I have your backstage pass. He's like, where are you at? And I was like, oh dude, I appreciate it. I got tickets, but I don't think there was any backstage passes for me up front. He goes, no. I have one for you. You have one ready, which I was like, that's great. Wasn't asking for it, but now I'm fucking psyched, dude. Because it's better to watch from the pit, which I didn't have tickets for, but it's cool to have a wristband that says you can go where no one else can go. So I find him, and I told my buddy who I was with, Aries, I go, hey man, so nice to meet you. I'm going backstage now. And I don't remember exactly, but I felt like he was like, yeah. And I was like, no, we're not, no offense. Sorry. We can't both go, but you can kind of hang out, you got the tickets. And I sent him the ticket. I was like, if they have any questions, here it is. Let's give each other's phone number. If anything happens, let me know, but I'm going backstage. He was like, all right, man, nice to meet you. We give each other hugs. And then I go backstage, and oh my God, there's something that never gets old. I don't know who your favorite band is or your favorite artist, but if you ever get to meet them, even if you become friends with them, that thing of that childhood thing in you that's like, this is my favorite band, and I'm hanging out in the green room. When I'd watch videos of them in the green room fucking around, I'm going back there. And I went back there, and I knew so many people. People are giving me hugs. I'm saying what's up to everybody. People are fucking nut tapping people. No, that was mostly me. So everyone's hanging out. And then Dan, the lead singer of Story of the Year, was like, what's up, dude? And he was like, it was interesting because they're when they always have their family and friends back there, but I think there was this extra energy, and I don't know, you know, like, I don't know what they do to get ready for shows. Like, they always just seem like they're just being chill. But for some reason, it was like a little bit of like, I wouldn't say nerves, but there was something in the room. And he was like, oh, Bobby, I'm glad you're here. And I kind of felt it upon myself to just be silly. Like, he was like, hey, man, I really need to, like, he said something of like, loosen up or something like that. And so then I drew the curtains. I was like, well, Jesus Christ, man, your kids are here. Drew the curtains, pretended I was going to suck his dick. That made him laugh. And then this was cool to me, and it made me feel good. Ryan, their guitar player, came back and he goes, oh, I saw Bobby back here. So I wanted to come back because I wanted to have good vibes. Because normally Bon, their guitar tech, he is doing vibe techs. That's his thing. He's supposed to vibe tech. But he has a very fucked up Achilles tendon. I believe that's what he fucked up. And if I miscorrect, his foot's fucked up. It's in a cast. So he couldn't vibe tech. So I had to step in. And did I ask for it? No. But when they needed it, I was there. And I started making everyone laugh. Became friends with everybody. I met people's parents. Hung out with them. They became my friends. Oh my God, some of the sweetest people ever. Hugging the guitar player, tugging everyone. I'm either tugging or hugging. That's what I'm doing. Saying hi to everybody. We're in the green room. We're all laughing. Spirits are very high. And then it just kind of starts to happen. The show starts, and you kind of hear that grumble of everyone getting ready. The lights go down. People start screaming. I always revert to feeling like a kid. Like, I get so excited, I don't even know where to stand. I have backstage passes. I don't know where to go. And they run out on stage. They're in a good mood. I'm in a good mood. I can't wait for the show to start. They come out. Everyone screams. And I'm hanging out backstage. And even though I have backstage passes, I was like, you know what? I got to go into the pit. So I fucking bolt and just run out to the pit. And I see all my buddies out there, all these friends that we've made for years and years, going to the Story of the Year shows. I fucking come out. I hug everybody. Everybody in the Story of the Year Discord, we're all hugging. We're like, let's go. And I'm jumping up and down, and I get so sweaty that I was about to pass out. I was going so fucking hard in the pit that at one point I was like, I should have never smoked cigarettes. I will tell anyone this. If you want to be in your 30s throwing bows in the mosh pit, then don't smoke filtered cigarettes. Don't do it. It's not good. I swear to God, it's not good for you. So we're there. We're in the pit. We're having fun. At one point, I noticed that Ryan sees me, and he sees me having fun, and that means a lot to me. Like, I could be backstage, and I could be having fun there, too, with everybody, with the family and friends, but I always prefer to be out there getting all sweated up. And then I couldn't breathe, and I would get out of the pit, and I'd go backstage and grab a water. And they played every fucking song off of Page Avenue. It was insane. It was so fucking cool to see. And it was cool to watch them banter in between the fucking songs and be the funniest fucking band ever. And then they did tell me this before they went on stage. They go, hey, just so you know, you're going to be on the big screen tonight. And I was like, why is that? And they said, well, we're doing the War music video, and they're going to show Cocaine Bobby, that's who I am. I play Cocaine Bobby in the War music video. It should have won an Oscar, even though it's a music video. We're still talking to the Academy. So they're going to play that, and I'm in the audience, and then at one point they play War. And it was just so fucking cool that I had to go in the mosh pit. I was like, I want to be going so hard and be on the big screen, and someone got a video of me fucking going hard and moshing and having the literal fucking time of my life. We're all hanging out, taking care of each other. There was only one fucking asshole in the audience, I'll tell you this. I will say this about Story of the Year. Story of the Year gave the best fucking show, and the audience, you guys are getting a little older, and there were a lot of seats, but even the people in the pit were like, we're not jumping. I'm like, you fuckers gotta jump. I had to carry a lot of the load. I jumped for a lot of people. I jumped up, I jumped down, I moved it all around. Did you like that? I was going so hard while they were doing the War music video, and I just had the best time, and it was cool. A couple people were like, dude, that's you. And I saw guys in line that I hadn't seen in a long time, guys I went to high school with and stuff, And I got a message later. He's like, dude, that guy who was in that music video, that was you were talking to him earlier, right? And that was just fucking cool to have like almost 5,000 people watching me be on screen while I was watching my favorite band. Like, it was very fucking full circle. It felt very fucking surreal. So after that song, I went really hard, went in the pit. Somehow got blood all over me. I didn't have any cuts. I had one little cut on my pinky, but my hat had blood all over it. So if I walloped somebody in there, I am very sorry if you got walloped by me. But we all signed a thing, so you can't sue me. So then that song ends, and I just realized that I was like, if you'd have told me when I first heard Story of the Year that I would be backstage at their show, I'd be on like the big screen while they were playing, and that I'd be able to like help be a part of like their process of getting ready for the show. It meant a lot. It was really, really cool. And their wives know me, their families know me, their friends know me, they take care of me, and I felt very, very loved. And I had a lot of great memories that night, and one of the best ones was getting a call from Aries, and he was like, "Where are you?" And I came out from backstage to see him, and I was like, "Hey, did you see me on the Jumbotron?" He's like, "Yeah, man, why didn't you," like, he was just like, "What the fuck? Why wouldn't you tell me that you like know the band?" And I was like, I mean, I can't brag about everything. I'm a cool motherfucker. What do you want from me? Do you want my keys? You can't have them. I don't have a car. So I have house keys. So it was incredible. The show was amazing. I can't wait to see him for the next 20. And we were backstage, and there was they were filming, and they were about to do their last song, and they're about to do Until the Day I Die. And, you know, right before they played the song, I walked up to Ashley, Ryan's wife, and I said, "Hey," because you might have a good idea here or there. People will be like, "Hey, I got a joke for you," and you should jump off of a bridge if you want to do that. So, but I don't want to give my opinion, but I kind of was like asking, and I asked Ashley. I said, "Hey," because all the kids were backstage, everyone's kids are there, and I was like, "Hey, during this song, all the kids should run off the stage and jump out in the audience and like crowd surf." Because this is the 20th anniversary show. This is like, so like they're the future. They're the next generation. And I thought I was getting a resounding yes. It seemed like Ashley was like, everyone's like, yes. And I thought that all the kids, and then people just stood where they were. And I kind of felt like, okay, guys, this song is only like, 2 minutes long. Let's chip, chop, chip. And they did not chip or chop or chip. They didn't do any of those things. They just stayed there. And then people were like asking me, "Bobby, are you going to crowd surf?" And I was like, no, this isn't about me. The last thing I'd want to do is to befriend my favorite band. And then while they're playing their last song, if I was doing my closer, if I was closing out my comedy show, and it was one where I was like, "Guys, thank you. I've been doing stand-up for 20 years. This means a lot to me." And during my last joke and the punchline, if my favorite band actually jumped in crowd surf, I actually would fucking love that. That would actually be sick if they actually jumped in the audience. Like at a comedy club, no one's ready. There's no mosh pit. They just like jump into tables and just fucking crash. I would actually love that. So this isn't a good analogy, but I am not going to without being asked, I'm not going to jump out into the audience. It would have been sick if I could have dressed up like Cocaine Bobby and then jumped in the audience. That kind of could have been fun. But then my dick, I would have had been in underwear, because that's what Cocaine Bobby wears in the music video. And I wouldn't want people to grab my little tally dicker. Don't grab my tally dick. Don't grab my talisman. So the kids didn't jump in, but that was fine. They didn't need to, because the end of the show was still cool, and it was still amazing to hear the audience scream that song back at them again for so many years. And then after the show, we all got to hang out. We went to the casino, talked about the show, made some memories, and just had an excellent time. And it was cool. Adam, the bass player Story of the Year, broke his fucking foot. I was saying goodbye to him and stepped on his fucking foot. It is a thing I do. I have this power where if something's not supposed to happen, I will accidentally do that thing. Like everyone's like, "Hey, be careful." And then I do that. I spilled paint everywhere today. I'm a fucking jackass, but at least I look mid doing it. Okay. Did you know hot dogs are now called glizzies? Let's just keep talking about what's fun. Oh, baby! We hung out after the show, and I could talk about it. I could pull this fucking whole night apart piece by piece, and I might talk about it again once it's been solidified in my brain. But I just wanted to kind of get on here and just talk about how much fun I had and how cool it was that after 20 years, I got to be a part of that show. It felt wild. I feel very loved in the pit. I always feel very loved. People say hi to me, except for this one fucking guy. That's what I was going to say earlier. There's this one guy who, like, I was having fun, and, like, you know, every once in a while, like, I will jump in the pit and I'll kind of like bump into someone. You can tell someone who's like not trying to be like jumpy. And I bumped into this guy and girl or whatever. And I'm like, hey, I'm so sorry. Not like guy or girl or whatever. I didn't mean it like that. I meant like I've bumped into a guy. I also bumped into a girl. Whoever I bump into, I say sorry. And I was like, hey, sorry. And I'm having fun. I'm hugging people. So I kind of have to do that thing where I go say hi to someone. I'm like, excuse me, can I get back to where I was? And I could see one guy, he kind of like did this thing where he kind of was like, all right, man. And he kind of like pushed me where he's like, I don't like this guy's running around. I'm like, cool. Well, we're in a standing mosh pit. So suck my fucking dick, man. And I didn't like his energy. And then at one point he did this thing where I think he realized that, like, I know people there were having fun and that I am just being a good fucking time. And so he sees me, and while I'm like rocking out, my hair's all wet, he looks at me, he goes, hey, man. And he gives me like the finger, like, come here. Not the finger. He gives me like the come here finger. And I go, no, man, you come here. You're talking to me. And he goes, whatever, dude. And I was like, what? I have no idea what you wanted to say, but I have a fucking huge pet peeve with people who are like, hey, can you come here so I can tell you something real quick? And I'm like, hey, could you fucking come here because you're the one talking to me? How about you do a little bit of the legwork, buddy? We're also at a concert. What do you want to talk to me about? Hey, man, come here. He was also a lot taller than me, so I was like, if I'm going to whoop this guy's ass, I want him to kind of like walk towards me so I can figure out what I'm going to do on his walk over. I might run. No. If a big guy comes up to you, all you got to do is say, look how small this guy's dick is, and he'll be thrown off, and then you do the splits down to where his dick is, and then you punch him, and then you probably go to jail because that is assault, but it is funny, and I hope someone was filming that. What else? What did we do? Oh yeah, afterward we went to the casino, and almost no one gambled. They had a minimum of $25. That's too much. I like a minimum of, like, now minimums are usually like 15. If you see a 10, I'll lose some money at that table. But $25 every fucking time. And it doesn't matter because I play roulette like that anyways. I just go fucking black, red, black, red, black, red, black, red, black, red. How does it work? It's about 50-50 on how it works. Sometimes I win, sometimes I lose. I think that's just statistics. So we went to the casino. We said byes. They're going on the road. Oh, this was fucking cool. I got to talk to Ryan's son, River, because he's going on tour with them. And I was like, that's fucking cool. Like, can you imagine your dad's in a rock band, and then you get to see him play, and then you get to go on tour with him? And you know what? I think that Ryan was more excited to go on the road with his son than even his son was. And his son was pumped, but I could just tell like how pumped he was. And there was this really sweet moment backstage that I loved. There's this lady who worked for the venue, and she was very sweet. Like, she came up to us. She was like, hey, just so you guys know, we're all locked up here. The whole place is yours. So, like, you guys can play cornhole over here. There's a guy making tacos. If you guys want anything to drink, just let us know. And she had a dog with her, and we were like, thank you so much. And she dropped her keys. And Ryan's son went over and picked him up, and he was just like, here you go. And after we got a little bit past her, Ryan just goes, you know what, dude? I really like that you did that, man. You know, classy move. Just trying to be a good dad, let his son know that he's doing a good thing. And it was really fucking sweet because his son wasn't even just like, thank you. His son was literally like, yeah, that's just what you do. And I thought that was a beautiful thing to see, like, a dude be able to have, like, his son on the road, watching him follow his dreams, a thing that whenever he started this, he didn't have his son. He didn't have his kid. Now he has his kid. He gets to go on the road with them, share these experiences, and everyone around them is love. Like everyone I met people that night. There was people's parents there. I got to meet them. They fucking had a great time with me. They're like, is this guy on drugs? And they're like, no, he's just fucking like this. And then I had to explain to them I am, and had to watch them look at with their eyes and be like, oh, he's just wild. And then you can see them judge like, I'm sure he's still probably on drugs. And I was probably not. I can't remember because I did too many. Ow! Okay. So yeah, that was sick. Bon, he hurt his fucking foot. The bass player, Adam. I don't know why I said it like that. The bass player. It's just because if I say Adam and you don't know who Adam is, but he fucking broke his foot and I stepped on it, so that was cool. What else did I fuck up? Oh, they had a new guitar tech, and I tried to give him a joke. I said I thought that this was funny because both the guitar, either the drum tech and the guitar tech were kind of standing there, and they had hair like my length. They had hair length that was like right at their shoulders, which to me is a sign of a good time guy. A guy likes a little bit of joking, likes a little bit of joshing around. And I asked this motherfucker. I asked both of them. They were standing there in Story of the Years when they were still on stage, and it was really loud. And I went over and I go, hey guys, and they could see me standing there, and I have a pass, and we're standing there. I go, hey guys, hey, if you guys need any kisses, I'll be right over there. And they did what any normal person would do. They looked at like through me. They were like, huh? And I said, nothing. And they knew what I said. And then I had to feel embarrassed. So, long story short, if you have a joke, just keep it inside your heart. People don't need to know your jokes. So, great fucking show. Fucking Story of the Year. You guys absolutely fucking killed it. I absolutely loved that show. I will be there fucking for the 40th anniversary show. It'll be amazing. I'm glad I didn't get picked up and crowd surfed. I actually don't like doing that. Kind of scares me. But I do kind of want to jump out into the audience one day. I also do want to play on stage. That would be sick. I don't even know. That's got to be so cool to like look out and just be able to play music at that. Because like I have to be like, and my dick is small. And then if people don't laugh, you're just like crickets. And it's never. I've never done. I think that definitely that would have been the. Yeah, that was like the biggest audience. It was, I think just under 5,000 people. And that was the biggest hometown show that Story has ever headlined. And it was insane. Very, very cool. So congrats, dudes. I can't wait for the next one. I had so much fun. Met friends, made friends that we're going to have for a lifetime. And the reason that I went to that show is because I wanted to, but I also almost had to say no because this past weekend, I was asked by Helium Comedy Club if I wanted to host for a very, very fucking funny comedian by the name of Melissa Villasenor. She is so funny. She was a cast member on Saturday Night Live. She's so fucking funny. I actually watched a sketch of hers before we did this podcast that I had not seen that made me laugh real hard. If you haven't seen it, you have to check it out. I don't remember what that sketch. I don't remember what the sketch is called, but they're like in the bed. She's like in bed, and she's like bad at like dirty talk, and it's so fucking funny. Give me dirty talk. Oh yeah, you're here for late tutoring because you're a bad girl. Yeah, because I have a learning disability. No, not like that. No, fuck. Okay, yeah. Oh, you're a bad girl, right? Yeah, I'm the baddest girl in 6th grade. Jesus fucking Christ. No, this is so funny. But I was supposed to host for her, but I had to turn it down because it was Story of the Year show. And I've heard, there's a lot of debate. Should you, I'm a comedian. I should do the show. But I also, I think there's I think it was a improv teacher that said this, and I can't remember exactly for sure which teacher, but if something's important to you and you want to go see it, even if you might miss a show or do something, if that adds to your life or that adds to your happiness, by doing that thing, that adds to your art. So you have to say yes to those things sometimes. So I was like, well, I have hosted a lot in my life, but I have not seen Story of the Year's 20th anniversary show. So I'm going to go do that. But on Saturday, I went up to the show, went up to go see Melissa, and I'd never met her, and it was wild. We showed up at the club right as she was getting there. So I got to be like, oh my God, there she is. And then she had to be like, oh, fuck. Hey. And I was like, hey, my name's Bobby. Nice to meet you. I was going to be your host this weekend, but I had to turn it down to see my favorite band. And I'm so sorry, but I wanted to come out and see your show. And she was very sweet, and she said, well, I hope you enjoy the show. And boy, we fucking did. She was so funny. I love whenever like someone's so funny that it'll make me self-conscious about how I'm laughing. And that 100% happened. And then we got to say hi after the show. And I don't know her well enough to think that she would care, but I will guess off of her energy on stage and how silly she was. After the show, I went backstage and I wanted to go say, that they all had a good show because it was Sarah Perry, very fucking funny comedian from Chicago. We actually did Flyover together. So fucking funny. She opened too, and she was back there. And then my buddy Chris Sear was hosting. We went backstage to say goodbyes. And we went backstage. I said, hey, we had so much fun. And I walked in. As soon as I walked in, there was like a candle burning, and it smelled so good. It was like a Yankee candle. I go, oh my God, it smells so good in here. And then Melissa goes, oh, really? Sorry, I thought it might have been because I tooted. And I was like, I fucking love you. Like, I just like silly comedians. I love a silly Billy. Because sometimes comedians who are fucking so funny, they have such good points, they go backstage and you're like, hey man, great show. Just, want to let you know. And they're like, okay. Thank you. All right. You can like almost see them like tying a noose around their neck. Like, yeah, I haven't been happy since the 90s. But Melissa was not like that. She was very funny, very sweet. She fucking killed her. Oh my God, her set was so fucking good. And we were going to hang out for the second show, but Bob was tired. Bob was sleepy. Yeah. Even Cocaine Bobby gets sleepy, It happens to all of us. Hey, even Cocaine Bobby can get tired from time to time. I know that seems crazy, but I sure the fuck can. This coffee had a moth in it not too long ago, so every sip I have, I'm very worried that there's more bugs and shit inside of my coffee than Bobby would like to have. The amount is normally 0, but sometimes you have moths and shit in your fucking coffee and you eat it up and you can't sing or stay on time. That's why you like bands and you're not in one. That's why you do what you do. I don't think I'm gay. So that's fun. There's so much good in the world. There's so much beautiful things. Had a good weekend. I think what else did I do this weekend? Music, comedy. Oh, dude, I did a couple push-ups the other day. And the only reason I'm bringing that up is because I did monumentally less than I remember doing. I feel like I just passed that age, and I'm about to get there for my birthday. I'm about to be 33. I guess that's the age whenever you stop just being able to say a number of a thing and do them. I thought if someone's like, how many push-ups can you do? I go, I can do as many push-ups as there are states. I'm hoping now that there are 25 and a half states. I am hoping that there are less states than when I was a kid. Did North and South Dakota figure it out? Did they just become the Dakotas? West Virginia. You guys talking to Virginia? That one's weird. Why is that one like that? They're like North Dakota, South Dakota, and then Virginia's like West Virginia, and they're like Virginia. And you're like, you're not playing right. Virginia, no, I'm West Virginia, so you should be Virginia. No, maybe the Virginia. God fucking damn it, Virginia. I could go for a Virginia Slim right now. Did they ever make Virginia Fats? These seem like they'd be a good cigarette. You smoke Virginia Slims? No, I smoke Virginia Fatties. I've had so much coffee that right now I keep trying to have hiccups, and my stomach is stealing them from me. I have so much coffee that all my energy is being sucked from my brain, and I'm going to shit it out in roughly 30 minutes, I would say. Oh, and boy, will that be a good time. But great shows this weekend. So much fun. Again, great shows. Fucking Melissa Villasenor killed it at Helium, and then Story of the Year fucking absolutely killed it. And it was cool to get to hug my favorite band and say, I love you guys. Good luck on tour. Keep going. And I'm interested to see what happens with Adam and his foot. I hope your foot gets better, buddy. Bon, I hope your foot gets better. I'm sorry I stepped on it in the green room, but Bobby's clumsy. And that seems to not change no matter how careful I am. No matter how many... You know how they're like, every step you take, every move you make, every single break, every smile you take. I'll spill coffee everywhere. All over. I was just walking. I tripped. Coffee everywhere. Walking. Edge of a table. Knock into it with my knee. Fucking freak out. That's just who I am. Ball with the ball, the bay. See you guys soon. Bye. Love ya.